is power.
All right. All right, everybody. Let's get into it right now. This is the Information Man Show. I appreciate everybody that's out there that's watching the program. Thank you very much. We're here. We're about it. Let's do this. Okay? Let's get into this right now. As you already know, the situation with Charlie Kirk, how he was taken out of here. We don't want to wish death upon people to be executed or taken out of here like he was. But keep this in mind. This is a man who often boasted and bragged about the Second Amendment right to bear arms, and often talked about that sometimes violence, whether it be to children or just anybody, that is the price that you have to pay to bear arms. So a lot of things that he said go in contradiction to what happened to him, because you got a lot of Republicans trying to make everybody mourn this guy as if he was Jesus, as if he's a Dr. King. And what's been irritating me is that they've been putting out memes and trying to put him in same company with Dr. King and all this sort of goofy stuff as if he was a civil rights leader himself. This man was a political, what you would call agent of disaster, agent of divisiveness, of division, of racism, white supremacy, the whole 9 yards. He was a provocateur, and he took his butt to college campuses, created all this problems there with this so-called civil discussions that he was having. He's a member of an organization called Turning Point. This man dropped out of college, was recruited, and was given seed money to create this organization called Turning Point, which is an organization, a white supremacist organization that's been harassing teachers, particularly your black teachers on college campuses, who have more of a liberal leaning view. So I just wanted to break that down, because the Republicans and the Democrats are no different, everybody. They're all in the same bag together, and I'm going to show you why. The Republicans put out a resolution to honor Charlie Kirk. The United States House passed resolution to honor Charlie Kirk and vote that divided the Democrats. So you think. I'm going to break it down to you. Several Democrats who opposed the measure and said they condemned Kirk murder, but could not support his speech. Okay, you could not support his speech and his hate speech, and he was a white supremacist, but damn it, the Democrats are just as bad as the Republicans, because they voted for this to honor a man who espoused hate and racism, particularly targeting black women in particular and black people in general. A man who came and grew up in a white suburb in Chicago, Arlington Heights, who never grew up in the streets, didn't grow up in struggle, but all of a sudden he knows so much about other people, such as black people, and how we are. He has a textbook on it. You also have black people out here that are jockeying for his position, meaning you've got people on social media that are trying to get his subscribers. So they're getting on their channels and they're buck dancing and praising the man as if he's the second coming of Jesus, because they're trying to appeal to his audience, and they want to get some of that audience to come to their channel. So you've got the grifters like the Candace Owens of the world, the ABLs of the world on social media, grifting off the man's death, acting like they're so sad about him passing away or being deleted out of here. But yet they're trying to appeal to his customer base all of a sudden. So the Democrats are no better, y'all. These guys, they're two eagles of the same damn bird, left wing, right wing, whatever wing you call it. The Democrats ultimately decided to side with the Republicans to pass the resolution with 95 Democrats in support. 58 Democrats opposed it. 38 voted for it, voted present, but didn't even have the guts just to say no to it, but they voted present. Then you had 22 who didn't even vote at all, meaning they didn't vote yes for it or no, but you might as well have voted for it because you didn't even take a stance by saying, I'm against it. So that shows you the cowardly lying that the Democratic Party is. And then the Democrats wonder why they keep losing to the Republicans, why black people have peeled away from them and other groups of people have peeled away from them, because the Democrats, they don't stand for anything. They fall for anything and don't stand for nothing. And then they didn't even have the ability. They're getting on podcasts and they're telling people they're going on these podcast shows, and you got Democrats talking about how bad the Republicans are, and they are bad, and how bad Donald Trump is, and he is bad. He's a white supremacist president. They're talking about how bad the Republicans are under Donald Trump, but yet you turn around and vote at 95% for a bill to give some sort of honor to Charlie Kirk, who was a hate monger, who was buddy with Donald Trump, another hate monger. And you vote with that at 95%. And we supposed to respect that as black people, given our history and dealing with racist individuals like a Charlie Kirk. You come back to us and try to use this bullshit. This is what they're saying. You've got a lot of these Democrats that when you confront them about this, they want to say, oh, no. I didn't vote for the hate of Charlie Kirk. I voted to condemn political violence. If I hear somebody say that one more time, I'm going to go crazy on them.
Tell the truth.
Why am I saying this? Because black people, we have been the victims of political violence in this country ever since its foundation and founding, okay? Red, white, and blue, mom's apple pie, and the whole 9 yards.
Tell the truth.
We've been the victims of American. That's what Malcolm X said. We've been the victims of it. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock, as Malcolm X said. Plymouth Rock landed on us. We've been the victims. America was built on political violence. And now you got the Democrats as well as the Republicans. They all want to hide behind that word. But the Democrats now are trying to hide on this. They're trying to land and put their feet 10 toes down into this whole thing about, well, no. We voted to make a stance against political violence. If you were against political violence, you would have voted for black people to have a hate crime bill when we were being targeted even more than Asian people were, when Biden gave them a hate crime bill and didn't give black people a hate crime bill, when we're actually more targeted than any other group in this country. And Charlie Kirk was one of these individuals who always targeted black people and talked a lot of shit about us. And so I'm sorry, I can't wrap my head around the Democrats voting for a Republican Klan bill like this to honor Charlie Kirk. Nazi Charlie. I'm not with it. And folks, it gets even worse. So you have the Congressional Black Caucus that's trying to, now I got to be honest, the members of the Congressional Black Caucus did not vote for it overall in large numbers, but there were five Negroes who stood out. One of them, Hakeem Jeffries, who's supposed to be the damn leader, top dog leader of the Democratic Party, supposed to be someone that they keep telling you and me has the potential to be House Speaker. Hakeem Jeffries, who tries to talk and rap and act like he's so hip, this Negro right here voted lock, stock, and barrel for the resolution. Yes, it was 5 of them, and I'm going to expose them on this video today. But let's go over to here real quick because I want y'all to see something that's very important here. Now, this is an article. What they did is that in every article that you read about the Democrats and how they voted for this, you could tell they're trying to hide the members of the CBC, the Congressional Black Caucus, who actually voted for it. Now, they did put out a list of names, both on Republican side and Democrat side, that voted against it, nay, yay, didn't vote, set it out, whatever you want to call it. But in particularly the Congressional Black Caucus, they're trying to hide the members. I found at least 4, there's 5 of them. I found 4 of them, which includes, or 3 of them I found, including Hakeem Jeffries, which makes 4. But these articles are misleading because they want to make you think that the Democrats were not down with this when no, they were. Let me put this one up right here. No, I'm going to put this right up. I'm going to put this back up right here. As I said before, 58 Democrats opposed it, but 38 voted present. Present meaning they voted that they were in the building, but did not vote no. Why? 22 didn't even bother to vote. 5 of them voted, which is Hakeem Jeffries. I'm going to get into that. But 95% Democrats. What does that tell you? Okay. 5-page resolution introducing the House Speaker, Mike Johnson, who's a Republican, co-sponsored 165 House Republicans, but no Democrats praise Kirk. No, see, this is all bull crap because they didn't praise him, but they voted. If you don't believe in this guy and what he stands for, why would you vote at all? And then why would you not even take a vote to say, I say no to honoring this man? So let's go over here. This is one of the other part I want to go into. Now, this is specifically the Congressional Black Caucus. 42 members of the Congressional Black Caucus voted against the resolution, according to a political analysis on Friday morning roll call vote, making up 72% of the 58 Democrats who opposed the measure. 5 members of the caucus, which I'm going to bring up, Hakeem Jeffries, who they say is the big-time Democrat leader, this Negro jumped out the window and voted yes on this. Okay? 5 members of the caucus voted yes on the resolution, including House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. Another 4 members of the caucus voted present, and 4 members didn't even vote at all. But they tried to hide their names because they don't want us to know that these people are cowards. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, again, if you're a black man in America or a black woman in America, and you know that Charlie Kirk is a staunch white supremacist racist, and you don't have the fortitude to say no, but you want to stay safe. You want to stay in the safe zone by saying, okay, I'm here, but I ain't going to vote because you want to stay safe. Nah, it don't work that way. Okay. Now, let me break this down right here. Let's put this up right here. The House Minority Leader, Hakeem Jeffries, he told the Democrats in a closed door caucus meeting this past Thursday ago, which was a week ago morning, that leadership would vote for the resolution, but his team was not whipping the vote, leaving lawmakers to decide for themselves, multiple people present. So he said that the leadership was going to vote, but he left it up to everybody else to do what they wanted to do. But this was some coward shit. Let's first expose somebody else. This is Gregory Minks of New York. He's your Congressional Black Caucus leader of New York, represents New York. This man come from a northern state. What is he doing voting yes on Charlie Kirk, a racist, a white supremacist, the whole 9 yards? What is wrong with these ninjas that we got up there in government who don't have our backs at all? Okay? It's a damn shame, everybody. Let me go ahead and show you another guy right here. This is the guy I never really heard of, but here he is. This is Don Davis. He's a congressman that represents the North Carolina area. So we're down in that South. And once again, what did he do? He voted yes, or didn't vote at all, or whatever. He voted yes. These ninjas are a disappointment. You can always find some black people that will sell us out any which way, but loose, they will. And then here's the next representative. We exposing him on this channel here. Here we go. This individual right here is Davis Scott, and he represents Georgia. He voted on this crap to give Charlie Kirk some respect, a man who didn't even respect black women. He didn't respect our women. He didn't respect black men. He didn't respect people. So how can you sit up there as a black congressman with good faith and vote for a resolution on this man, and then you want to, all the Democrats, not just him, just not the black ones, but all the Democrats that did vote for it, 95% of them, their excuse is that they're hiding behind this mantra that they're against political violence. That's why they signed the resolution into being a fact now. This is some bullshit. Imagine, when have they ever taken a black person who talked smack about white folks, right? Told it like a Malcolm X. You don't see this country honoring Malcolm X. Where's the resolution honoring Malcolm X? You would never see that happen because Malcolm X spoke truth to power, and he spoke about white folks, their racism, their white supremacy, the things that they did, and they condemned the man, They even were involved in him having his life taken away, okay, from this God's green earth. And they would never honor Malcolm X in this way because they saw him as a hate monger. Well, and he wasn't. Charlie Kirk was a hate monger, and he being honored. We're being told how we should grieve over this dude, that if we ain't grieving, something's wrong with us. You see how crazy that is? So Hakeem Jeffries was confronted about this. And of course, like most of these buck dancing preachers, these chitlin eating, pigskin eating, buck dancing, Sambo, raccoon type politicians who always sell us out, right? And let me show you something about this man. This man, Hakeem Jeffries, I'm going to expose him in just a moment and let you see something. But let's play. Hakeem Jeffries was confronted on his BS. Here he is right here. I'm going to play this for you and let you see Hakeem Jeffries and some of his nonsense and the way he's been playing games in just a moment, everybody. Let's get this set right now and let you hear Hakeem Jeffries and some of his buck dancing that he's doing. Check this out.
Democrats, what if they vote present or no on the Kirk resolution, and does that continue to raise the temperature here?
We issued a statement as it relates to political violence in America. The statement speaks for itself.
See, what did I say to y'all? The Democrats that voted yes on this crap are hiding behind that banner. You know, they got in a room and they said, if anybody in the press asks you, if any of the voters ask you, say this line over and over again. They want to believe this. They're saying it. They want to believe that they did the right thing. And then they want to sell this crap to you and me. This is why the Democrats have no courage. The Democrats need to they need to get on the yellow brick road and see the wizard and get a damn heart and get some damn courage and some damn character, because they expect us as black people to come out and vote for them. But yet they turn around and vote for a man who was hating on us. And then when it comes to election season, they want to come into our churches, into our community, and tell us how we need to vote. Let's continue.
But isn't that a bad look if people vote no or present?
Statement speaks for itself. No single member of the House Democratic Caucus, not a single member, condones political violence in America.
All right, thanks everyone. See you
Thank
at
you.
9:30.
Democrats, what if they vote present or no on the Kirk resolution, and does that continue to raise the temperature here?
We issued a statement as it relates to political violence in America. The statement speaks for itself.
This is BS. He voted for that crap. Now he's trying to do the damage control. Let me tell you why we can't get any leadership out of the Congressional Black Caucus as it relates to black people. I did a video sometime back about AIPAC, which is a Jewish organization, one of those PACs that give money to people to run for certain seats in Congress or in the Senate so that they can control them like puppets. Well, Hakeem Jeffries is no more than a puppet. This is why you don't get any production out of these black politicians today. And Hakeem Jeffries, they keep saying that he's the new leader, he's the new majority leader, and what have you. But this man is brought and sold for. He's a paid puppet. And let me show you why he's a paid puppet right here. Right here. Check this out. If you go to this website, this is called Track AIPAC. Hakeem Jeffries, United States Representative, Democrat of New York in the 8th District. Look how much money AIPAC has given him. $1,635,000, right? $1 million, $6,035,617 if I'm reading that correct. He received from the pro-Israel lobby. This is at Track AIPAC. They track where all these politicians are getting their money. AIPAC has more sway over this man who's supposed to represent not only the people in New York that voted for him, but now he's a part of the Congressional Black Caucus, which is supposed to be representing black people. But his real allegiance is to AIPAC, a Jewish organization that puts money in his pocket annually. You hear what I'm saying? That's this man right here. This man right here. Okay? It's a damn shame. Now, what I want to do, everybody, before I end this particular podcast, is there's a guy on YouTube called Film the Police LA, and I follow his channel. He's in Los Angeles, and he goes around showing you all the things that police do against our people, all the recklessness that they do, all the recklessness that goes on in city and local government there. And he confronted a couple of, I feel like this is what we need to do. When we see these Democrats in our community, we should call them out for this BS, voting for this resolution to give Charlie Kirk an honor. Okay? Watch this. This is a brother who confronts a couple of Democrats who either voted for the resolution or didn't even take the time to vote at all because they were too cowardly to stand against the bullshit. I want y'all to hear this. This one is going to really tickle you. Check this out. Check it out.
Sexually assaulted, nothing, and you still voted for him?
Let me see if I can get him.
Thank you, Congressman Charlie Kirk said that MLK was a terrible person, and you voted to honor Charlie Kirk. Why did you vote to honor Charlie Kirk, who said MLK was a terrible person?
I voted.
Now that's a fact.
You freaking condemn.
That's a fact. Charlie Kirk said that Martin Luther King Jr. was a terrible person. Charlie Kirk also made statements that the civil rights movement was the worst thing that could have happened. And he claimed that black people were living so large and better when we were under the oppression that was going on during that time. He had the nerve to say that this man right here, the hate monger you see on my screen that they want to honor, dishonors Dr. King with trying to say that Dr. King and civil rights movement what should have never happened. This man right here, Charlie Kirk, that they want to honor now. And the brother that you hear on here is confronting one of these goofy politicians.
Charlie Kirk, who said MLK was a terrible person.
I voted to frickin' condemn political violence.
Okay, but it was called the Honor Charlie Kirk Act. It was called the Honor Charlie Kirk Act. So you could do a little fake screaming, but what you did is you disrespected a lot of people.
Condemn political violence.
Yeah, and what did he say about Simone? What did he say about Simone Biles? What did he say about Simone Biles? He said Simone Biles was a sociopath for sitting out the Olympics after she had been sexually assaulted. That's what Charlie Kirk said, and you voted to honor him? And you voted to honor Charlie Kirk? How dare you?
I voted to condemn political violence.
The name of the bill is to vote to honor Charlie Kirk. You voted to honor Charlie Kirk. How dare you? Shame on you. You could have sat there and made a statement against political violence. You voted to honor Charlie Kirk.
We disagree. I voted to condemn political violence.
You voted. All your other colleagues even voted no.
Standing up.
Okay, so your other colleagues who voted against it were wrong?
No.
They condone violence? Is that what you're saying? No. So then, okay, if you're saying you are voting against violence, then it means the people who voted against it were voting for violence.
Voted for the reason that you stated.
So that wasn't important to you. The fact that Charlie Kirk said that MLK was wrong. You said that the fact that he said that Civil Rights Act was wrong, a mistake.
Those are awful things.
Those are awful things. And what about what he said about Yusuf Salam, one of the Central Park Five, who he called a gang rapist, even though he knew it was a lie?
Dude, I disagree with most of what.
Then why did you vote to honor him?
Because I voted to
Shame on you. I'm going to make sure every place you go, you're going to be seeing my face. And people are going to learn. You disrespected black people with that.
Dude,
you disrespected black people with that. Shame on you. This guy right here, Ted Lieu, who represents the west side of LA, voted to honor Charlie Kirk along with you. And Freeman, you voted present. You didn't have enough guts to say, you know what? No, I vote against it. You just voted present. This is the cowardice that we deal with within the Democratic Party. Right. Present. That's President Freeman. When it came to Charlie Kirk honoring, you voted present. Cowardly.
There it is. There it is, everybody. He's right. They're cowardly. They're the cowardly lions. They need to go to, as I said, they need to go see the wizard, seek the wizard out. to get some damn courage, some conviction.
Tell the truth.
It's a damn shame. Everybody, I want to thank you for watching the program today, this evening, this night, whenever you're watching the program. I want to say thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel if you have not liked and subscribed. We appreciate it over here. Hit the comment section area. Give me your true opinion about this situation. And hey, I like doing these little small little videos like this, these, little short little, clips like this, playing these kind of clips and giving people something to think about. Once again, the Democrats, they're no different than the Republicans. They voted, I'm gonna say it again, they voted 95% yes. The majority of them, a good hunk of them voted yes for the resolution. And then there was a bunch of people who didn't even vote at all, or they just said they were present because they were cowardly. And I agree with what the brother was saying in there. He confronted one of these Democrats and the Demorats, as we can call them. And sometimes we're going to call the Republicans the Republican clan. With that said, everybody, it's what do we always say? It's time to get on out of here and do our thing. Peace. Y'all take care. Everybody, y'all take care. Peace. All right. Peace.
Information is power. Information is power.